What up, familia? It's your favorite Puerto Rican, Brooklyn, Philly, and I'm just gonna dive right in with the message. Already, as I shuffled, these two cards came out. The first one, what is that? That is the Queen of Wands, right? So, apropos, I'm hearing, right? She's in her element. So maybe you're currently, I'm hearing, I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself, right? Maybe feeling yourself. You're in this Queen of Wands energy. Then the Empress, right? I don't know. And I'm getting like that, like those old classic, why did I say classic? But yeah, I'm hearing like that whole 80s, 90s boom where women were saying they can do it all, right? They can be the career and the mom, right? Super mom and have the career. Now I'm thinking of is it Girls Trip? Where yeah, she says, you can have it all. You can have the man and the great career, and the whole time it was a facade. He was cheating on her, and yeah, flossy posse. Yeah, 10 of Wands. Look, 10 of Swords, right? 10 of Blades. Yeah, there's something. I'm hearing there's an end to that era, right? There's something about, yeah, because they gave me that movie, which was, again, I keep hearing, you can have it all, you can do it all, right? And it's not to say that a woman couldn't do it all. This isn't anti, I wanted to say, I was going to say anti-feminism, but they say anti-womanism, right? So this isn't to in any way indicate that the woman couldn't be successful at her career, still be a very loving and nurturing mother who's loved and adored. But there's a falseness to it. And again, not to the whole concept in and of itself, right? But that it doesn't work for everybody, right? That it was, yeah, look, this person feels attacked by all these external forces, right? Big brothers watching, fences with, that if they try to climb over and leave this, yeah, and I'm hearing like if you try to leave this box concept, right? So there's something about persona, mask, trying to do it all, trying to, be this accomplished woman in the workforce and this, ever enslaved, yeah, I said enslaved. Isn't that the word that just came out? Persona of a mother that, could take, there's a toddler running towards her, there's a dog, there's a baby in the high chair, the husband is in the back with the flowers. And I don't know why I heard narcissistic mother too. Like, there's something about I'm hearing it's all wrong. It's just wrong, right? It's all fake. It's a facade. I just heard falsetto. Isn't that the music? Yeah, well, she is an orchestrator, right? Composing the orchestra. No, yeah, the leader of this orchestra, right? The symphony, the music. Right? Yeah, she's creating it. A creation, a fiction, a figment of the imagination. Okay, Spirit, what else? I mean, I'm stuck here. It feels like they want me to flush it out some more. I think I flushed it out enough. So now there's something about presenting this on the outside and on the inside, feeling this, right? There's something about, now I'm hearing fake it till you make it. Now I'm hearing, the faces that we put on, right? I'm hearing this is for the gram, this is for the fam, but this is really how I am. Oh, wow. Rhymes. I just heard bars. And I guess now I'm just sitting here questioning myself, why as women did we want to even do this to ourselves, right? I mean, this in itself is a 40-hour gig. This in itself is a nonstop gig. I mean, of course I would feel this way. Any human being would. I'm hearing, right? Yeah, and now they're taking me to the body, to the look. Now my throat wants to lock up to the human system, right? I've been doing a lot of thinking about the nervous system and the dysregulation of the nervous system, and how the body, right, is constantly fighting for survival, right? It wants to have balance, right? What it would be referred to as homeostasis, right? Equilibrium, balance within itself, and it will do anything, right? It's a living organism, and its main objective is to survive, right? And to protect the species, right? To procreate, to continue a species, right? We don't tend to think of our bodies that way normally. Maybe, and I shouldn't say we, right? Maybe there are people out there who do, because this is what's coming out in the reading, right? But how long can your system operate from this manner, right? And there's something significant about the shirt, right, with the poison on it. It's like, I have to numb. You know, I'm hearing I have to pop perks. I have to be on, what's that, Prozacs and all the X and X or whatever, right? To just deal with to keep up with this bullshit. And it's not that these things I'm hearing in and of themselves are wrong, right? Again, they're saying, when did we become so invested in creating this image? And now they're taking me back to the phrase, you know, you can have it all, you can do it all, right? And then we called that the empowerment of women. I mean, we did the same thing with men, right? You know, they have to be these machos. They have to be strong and secure and protectors of the family and the breadwinners. It's like we create these unrealistic roles. And again, it's not to demean any of the roles or say that, what are we saying in spirit? It's not to say that they can't there's some bullshit to it. I guess in the sense that if we're saying that that's the mold for everyone, and then everyone is like killing themselves, literally, right? Not figuratively, literally, right? To accomplish the image, the facade. I mean, so the family won't love me unless I'm there 24-hour. I mean, I don't know. She looks like Edith Bunker here. Oh, Archie. I don't know. People don't know that. That's okay. That's an old reference. But that's what I thought of when I just. If I'm not the lead composer, right, with all our eyes on me, right, then I'm not valued. There's something, and they're tying it to self-worth now. What's at the bottom of the deck? Look at this. And this is the Queen of Cups, right? Yeah, it's like, if this is who you really are, then touche. You fucking right. Do you, ma, and do it well, right? The Queen of Wands, you know, usually, if we're going to go with the stereotypical classifications that we would put on her, you know, she's usually branded as a fire sign. That's an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, who loves to be in the spotlight and in the fame light, and wants to be, you know, the big dawn, right? And center of attention, and is a go-getter, is passionate about what she does, is creative, right? No problem. But there's something about, this is who you really are. This is where you truly feel at peace. Yet by the world's standards, this is what you're pushing yourself to be. And if this is not you, then maybe this is you. And then when I'm hearing, neither are fucking you. Neither. And now I'm hearing for some of you, you've tried both and neither have left you satisfied. If anything, at the end of the day, this is how you felt. And again, it's not, they're saying it's not about the role itself. This is how you wind up in the end when you're trying to be what you're not. When you're inauthentic. And again, no tea, no shade. This isn't about bashing anybody or whatever. Because, hey, I'll be the first to say, I know about personas and masks, right? And I don't know any, particularly American, that could like clearly look me in my eye and say that they've never had to put on a hat or two. Or in this case, a mask or two. Especially confirmation BIPOC. Black, indigenous, people of color, right? There's no way in the world, right? Now I'm hearing, oh God, is it James Baldwin? No, it's not James Baldwin. I Shea Brother Baldwin. Double Negro, the life of. Why don't I remember that? Like I know that, like. But this duality, right? So it's like almost instinctual. I have to be these two things, right? Particularly as a person of color. So that's automatic. But then add to it, do it for the gram or for the glam. The double consciousness of a Negro. Yeah, I knew. Goodness, why I couldn't get that. But and I'm hearing, and the schism that causes within us, right? To have to portray W.E.B. Du Bois, right? The fragmentation, right? That it causes. Again, if it's true to your nature and it's your authenticity, then voila, no problem, right? And I'm speaking French because I was introduced to this quote last night where it's by Simone de Beauvoir, and she says, "I accept the adventure of being me." It said, but this is the full quote, which was beautiful. The movie that I was watching, something about champagne last night, on Netflix, and there was a library, a bookstore scene, and up the stairs they had her quote in French, and it read that I accept the great adventure of being me. But when I actually looked it up, it says I feel something inside of me which scares me, an exhausting violence, but I accept the great adventure of being me. And when you looked up what that meant and what she was signifying, when she meant the violence, it's like, this violent inside tension, this back and forth of really getting to know the self. It was a beautiful thing, right? And I'm like, shit, I can relate with that, right? Yeah, she was somebody who explored existentialism and the complexities of human consciousness and freedom, right? And I want to read this. It says, in the context of the quote, the exhausting violence, Simone de Beauvoir refers to is likely related to the inherent tension, that tension and struggle that comes with human freedom and the process of self-creation, right? She believed that humans are condemned to be free. Listen to that. They're condemned to be free, meaning we are constantly forced to make choices and create our meaning in a world that has no intrinsic purpose. The profound responsibility and the ongoing effort to define oneself is a form of internal existential violence, an exhausting, powerful internal force that challenges complacency and requires constant effort, right? And that's what I think these cards are like depicting, right? To do this requires constant effort, constant choices. And again, if it makes you happy, if it really lights you up, right? And now I'm seeing a diagram of the person, the internal, like if you was able to like stand in a machine and they were to scan the human being, I see the little like things lighting up in the brain and in the parts of the body. That's beautiful, right? But it's been, and they've been talking a lot about violence. Last night the message was the violent take it by force, which was a scripture reference. So now I'm hearing, in what ways are we violent to our bodies, to ourselves, to the creation of self? Right? And violent in the sense that if we're stressing ourselves out in this manner, right, and we're causing dis-ease and chronic stress and truly not being happy at the end of the day, right? But we're posing as this all day outside. Like, is that living? Is that life? Yeah, just something to ponder about. They're blowing me up because it's Turkey Day and my family wants me. But as I was waiting, I just felt compelled to turn on this camera, and I say Turkey Day because I really don't want to, I'm hearing lest we forget, right? And I get that that's part of the problem. That's why we end up here, right? When we don't honor, whatever we're feeling and who we are, right? This is the Queen of Cups chilling with someone who's homeless, sharing a cup of coffee, right? And look how happy she's radiating. Nothing glamorous on, no lights, no cameras. So lest we forget, right? Because my message to my family this morning was, I'm on one hand, right, right? Because I'm trying to stay away from this, that, or black, white, right? Shit, it's much more color. But and embracing more of both and language, right? Two or more things can be true, right? But that I am grateful, right, both for the fact that I can on today, break bread with people that I love and hold dear to me, and acknowledge and honor the fact that the reason why I even have such a day for this gathering is because natives of this land, I'm living in the United States of America, families were torn apart, on this day. Let sit with that a while. But yeah, that's the message. To thyself be true, right? Does the fame and glory, the Louis and the Gucci, who don't give a fuck about you anyway, is that really soft girl era? To perform, to be a dancing monkey, that's work. And to always act like, this 1950s sitcom mom that's never exhausted and always full of luck, that's exhausting as F too. And flip the roles, right? This is not about gender here. But no one should live like this. And the beautiful thing is a 10. Somebody said, fuck this shit. Somebody said, I'm done. This is me. And I'm just going to be me. And I say bravo. And as always, I'm going to gently suggest to you, right? because I can only suggest it has to be a free choice will, that you be authentically you on purpose, because this world needs you. We need the unicorns, and the unicorns that rebel at that, right? They say, no, I refuse to not be who I am. And I have wings. I can fly, bitch. And on that note, beloved, you know, I hope you're having a safe and sound evening with those who and are able to share it with those you love. Until next time, Ashe, Amen, and Amen.